Good morning, Myco-munity. Myco-community. I like Myco-community better. Some dude told me to say it that way. Anyways, I figured I would show you guys a video on how I make my substrate bags for my gourmet and wood-loving species for gourmet medicinal mushrooms. For example, lion's mane mushrooms love this substrate. So this technique is very beginner friendly. This is the Master's Mix substrate that I use. I can make 4 5-pound bags in my 23-quart Presto pressure cooker. I'm still small game, so I'm still using this. Very effective, very awesome, very easy until I get my steam sterilizer going. This is the brand of hardwood fuel pellets that I'm using, and this is the brand of soy hull pellets that I'm using. Very cheap, extremely expensive. Maybe find a different supplier instead of that one. Holy crap, I think I paid $60 for that bag. So the traditional Master's Mix substrate is 50% hardwood fuel pellets, 50% soy hull pellets. My soy hull supplier is very limited, so I need to stretch mine out a little bit. I've done this over a couple years, and I haven't noticed a big change in yield whatsoever. I've actually had improved yields this way, which is pretty insane. Mine is a 75% hardwood fuel pellets, 25% soy hull pellets. So this is very easy to do. All you need is some grow bags. I get them off of Amazon. I weigh out my substrate, and then I get myself 2 gallons of water. I will then add 2 pounds of dried substrate to my bags. So each 5-pound bag now has 2 pounds of dried substrate. We will now add 3 pounds of water, making it 5 pounds total. We'll get 3 pounds of water into our container. We will add in our 3 pounds of water to our bags. And be careful, I've made a huge mess this way. I've gotten better at it now. Boom. By the way, I am using hot tap water for this. It just helps the pellets soak up that water a little bit, so I can kind of get these all nice and plumped up before I put them in the pressure cooker. The funniest thing though is 2 gallons of water will make exactly 4 5-pound substrate bags, and then fill up a 23-quart Presto with the exact amount of water that you need to sterilize them for 2 hours at 15 psi. It's the funniest thing. It just works out perfectly. And just a heads up, you always want to use the right amount of water in a pressure cooker to make sure you don't run out and run dry. That will warp your cooker, that will destroy your cooker, and that will be very, very bad. So our bags are all plumped up and ready to put into the pressure cooker. We will get our tray in there and start loading up our bags. Once the pellets have soaked up all that water, we will tuck the bags underneath themselves with the filter patch facing out. I know there's a lot of debate on this, but this is how I've always done it. All right, I'll go ahead and pressure cook my 4 5-pound substrate bags for 2 hours at 15 psi. This is my preferred method, and I have not run into any issues with this time limit. So while this is cooking, let me show you what the substrate bags will look like when they are done. I just pulled these ones out this morning, and so it's very cool. Once it depressurizes, they will actually vacuum seal themselves just like this, and that's why I tucked the bag underneath itself, and so there's nothing getting in here. So if I want to wait a couple days to inoculate that, I can go ahead and do so. And unfortunately, I'm still small game, so that's what I have to do. So I have 8 bags right here. I have 4 cooking right there, and then I'll cook 4 more tonight, and then tomorrow I'll have 16 to inoculate. So that is how I prep and sterilize my 5-pound substrate bags. So tomorrow I can make another video on how I inoculate those. If you guys want me to make one, let me know in the comments, and I will go ahead and do that. Anyways, much love guys, peace out.